Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro Funnels. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends of Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
I will never forget that moment when I got the phone call about it, and it was just a very oh, hey, we want to talk to you about this photo shoot that we have coming up. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Are you, we just want to know if you're still interested. And it's not confirmed yet, but we're thinking about having Venus Williams. I literally shut the door and slammed my bags down.
I love that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen her with that blonde that she did with her. Her hair has always been like a brunette or maybe a nice little brown, but not, I don't think I've ever seen her in blonde.
No, and that's what I told her because she was like, I don't know if I can. I was like, we're going to have a little fun. And when she put it on, you just saw this whole new personality come to life. And that's what you like when we, as hairstylists, that's what we want to see. It's nothing like turning someone around to the camera, or excuse me, not the camera, but the mirror, and then they see their hair and they love it and they light up. And when I saw that spark in her eye, I was like, oh, we're good.
Probably had a whole different little alter ego that came out with the wig.
You change your hair up, you become a whole new person. I remember last year I did a mentee mentor program, and I had a mentee come in with me, and we were on a shoot. And one of the things I told her, I said, before you leave the shoot, you have to know how to spell Schwarzkopf. And so she was like, I don't know if I can do it. I was like, I'm not letting you leave here if you can't. So you got to get the spelling right.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, I have the pleasure of having Brendnetta Ashley in the Friends in Beauty guest chair. So Brunette is a professional hairstylist with over 17 years in the industry and has been featured in outlets such as Vogue, Elle, Oprah Daily, People Magazine, and more. She is also a Schwarzkopf Digital Artistic Team member and recently worked with Venus Williams, y'all, on the Schwarzkopf Professional Up Your Hair Game photo shoot, where she colored and styled 2 wigs for the gold medal winning athlete. It sounds like her job is really lit, like really cool. So I can't wait to talk about it. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, Brendnetta.
Hi, everyone. How's it going?
It's going great. Like I'm so excited to talk to you about what you do. Like I'm a makeup artist, so I don't really get a chance to talk to a lot of hairstylists on the show because just naturally I attract like more like makeup artists. So I'm really excited to meet you and talk to you.
Well, I'm excited to be here too. I feel like I talk to a ton of hairstylists. I don't get to talk to makeup artists, so this is a good conversation for the both of us today.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there because I don't know much about hair. I'm not even going to fake like I know much about hair, so I feel like this is going to be really like informative for me. So I'm going to try to ask like the questions that the people need, but I'm gonna also learn something too.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, before we jump into it, we're going to start off with some icebreakers just to get us warmed up and so the Friends and Beauty audience can get to know you a little bit outside of what you do professionally.
Okay.
So first one, nothing crazy. Just give us 3 random facts about you.
I love my sneakers. I have a huge sneaker collection. I feel like it is a way to express myself a little bit differently. You can dress them up, dress them down. It is a whole vibe.
Okay.
I like to bake. Cupcakes are like my favorite thing to make. I like to decorate them. And then I am a romance junkie. So Lifetime, Hallmark, all those type of movies, I will watch them. I will get like tissue tear jerkers, all the whole nine. So anything that is romance and happy endings, I'm all about it.
Okay, I love that. I always tell people I'm a true crime junkie, and I'm like actually kind of ashamed of how much I like true crime because it's kind of scary.
Okay, I like those too.
Okay.
I like to keep that one a little bit, but that's my fourth one. We'll throw that one in there too. I can Snap. Oh gosh, yes.
Yes, Snapped and who did I marry? Like those little relationship things that used to
Yes.
come on TV One and stuff like that. Like my boyfriends for my man. Yeah,
Yes.
for my man. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. Okay. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
Aside from professional, I think everyone always tells me that I'm really good at lighting up the room. So they always say you bring such a spirit to yourself. There's such a spirit about yourself when you come in. We just kind of like light the room up. Your smile always like ignites the whole room. I have they always tell me that I have this like really good energy.
That's great. I love that. People tell me that about myself too. Like you have really good energy, and I'm always like, I need to capitalize on this energy. Like, how can I capitalize on
Can
this?
someone tell me how to do it? Because I need to know. Because I hear it all the time, but I have no idea. Like, what do I do with that?
Yeah, like how do I make money from that though? Like, how do I survive? I love
We
it.
need an extra coin.
Yeah, I mean, we could. When is the last time that you did something for the first time? Like, have you had any new experiences lately?
Oh, okay. Something I did for the first time. Um, oh gosh, I gotta think about this one a little bit.
It's been working.
I know I've been so like in work mode that
Even
I
if it's work
haven't really.
related, it could work.
I think the last thing that I did, I guess I have to just kind of throw it out there for the first time. It was working with Venus Williams.
Nice.
That was the like first time of doing something on that level.
That's dope. I love that. Okay. Do you have well, I guess that could kind of be the same thing, but me and my best friend call like our milestones mini wins.
Yes.
Like milestones leading up to a bigger goal. Do you have any current mini wins for the year?
Definitely the up your hair game was a big win, a mini one too. It can fall in
Yeah,
both.
big mini.
I do a lot of hair competitions, and one of them this year was NAHA, so the North American Hairdresser Awards. I was nominated for my collection. That was definitely a mini win for me. Competing in doing like coming up with a collection and getting a whole vibe and feel of what you want and seeing it come to life, that's the win in itself. So it's not always about getting the trophy, it's about completing the objective. So I
Yeah.
would definitely say that that was it. And I think the other one is I've really been on my fitness journey this year. So really just staying healthy while being on the road. So I feel like this last trip, I did not eat anything fried. And I was like, okay, girl,
Yes.
we
That
did
is so
that.
good. Because when you travel, it is so easy to just get knocked off of your regular routine.
You want the fries, you want the chips, you want
Yes.
like the just the snack. You just want to eat just because.
You want everything, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Okay, I love it. And Naha is like, that's really good because I know for you all, Naha is like a huge deal.
That is like our Oscars to the hair industry. It is the one of the biggest accomplishments that you can have. So to get nominated to make your top 5 in your category, that is the win.
I love that. Yes. Okay. So if you weren't a hairstylist, is there anything else you could see yourself doing right now?
Yes, I would be a fashion consultant or a fashion stylist.
Okay.
I love fashion and putting outfits together. And I love like now with social media, you see a lot of the inexpensive ways to put something together. I love those trends because a lot of times people all automatically think you have to spend a lot of money to look really good, and you do not. So
Yeah.
that would definitely be my lane. I would do
Okay.
that for sure.
I love that. I love that because I did see that you come from a family of like hairstylists. So I thought you were going to be like, no, that's the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
No. So I honestly, when I was a kid, I did not even want to go into hair. Like, and
Okay.
I think because I was in the salon all the time,
Mhm.
and it just was like, no, I want to do something completely different. Like spending my Saturday
Yeah.
working all day long, that was not it. But it wasn't until I got into my senior year of high school when I started cosmetology school. That's when I really fell in love with it and had that passion for hair.
Wow. I'm okay. I'm low key jelly right now because when I was a senior in high school, that's when I made the decision like I want to go to cosmetology school. And I graduated from high school when I was 17. So everyone was kind of like pushing me towards the college thing. And that's what I did. But you got to go while you were still in high school.
Yeah,
Like,
so they at the time they had a program where if you had completed so many of your high school credits, you could do like the adult schooling programs. And I didn't want to graduate high school early because if you did that, then you wouldn't have been able to do any of the senior events. So I was like, no, I'm still going to prom and all that good stuff. So
okay.
then my mom was like, well, why don't you go to cosmetology school and it can just kind of be something extra for you? And I was like, well, okay. And I did it and I fell in love with it. And doing hair, it helped put me through college. It got me through, like, I remember it was so funny. Me and my friends, we were talking about this not too long ago. You know, in your early 20s, you hanging out, going to parties and clubs and all that stuff. We always had a brand new outfit, like every weekend, because it was like I had that, like, it helped make a lot of money for me at a younger age. So I'm very grateful that I did it then.
Yeah, man, the way the money was flowing in my 20s and I could just walk in the store, get whatever I wanted
Let me
with
get
no
my cute little
bills.
outfit.
Yeah, no bills in sight. Like I just
Not
love
a,
those days.
and then we decided to be adults. Oh Lord.
They tricked us. They tricked us. I would love to know more about Schwarzkopf. I was telling you that I was literally like on YouTube looking up videos like are they gonna ever say the name? Like I found like 2 commercials like because I've seen commercials with what's that girl's name? Sophia Vergara
Yes.
lately. So I'm like, I'm familiar with seeing like the commercials, but I need somebody to say the name. Did they like make y'all like make sure you know how to pronounce the name before you work for the
Oh,
company?
absolutely. I remember last year I did a mentee mentor program and I had a mentee come in with me and we were on a shoot. And one of the things I told her, I said, before you leave the shoot, you have to know how to spell Schwarzkopf. And so she was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I can do it. I was like, I'm not letting you leave here if you can't.
Yeah.
So you got to get the spelling right. But I absolutely love the brand Schwarzkopf. They are mostly known for their color, but they do also offer styling and other things within their assortment. And the thing that I love so much about it is that it originally started as a family brand. And I
Okay.
think it brings that whole dynamic of myself. I come from a family of hairstylists. They are a brand that was built with a family in mind. I think of how I am with working with my team. We are all very family oriented and together. So it's that bonding that helps us become who we are. I
Mhm.
think of the technology in the product. So
Mhm.
now a lot of our lightener and our color, it has bonding technology in it, which means it's going to make the hair extremely healthy to color. That is going to be something so important when it comes into curly girls and getting our hair colored. I want to still have my curls intact. I want my
Yeah.
hair to be healthy. And that was one of the things when I was thinking about working with a brand is what is their main objective? Not just to sell a product, but are they thinking about the actual overall health of the hair? And
Right.
that's the main thing that I love about Schwarzkopf is the overall health of the hair is the key important factor with everything that they create.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Look, I had no clue about any of that. How long have you been with their digital artistic team?
So I have been with them probably about about 3 years now.
Okay.
And absolutely love it. It was like family. They brought me in. It was so warm, so welcoming. I also think about all the opportunities that we've had to grow and expand. I don't think I ever would have been able to do some of the things that I've done now if it wasn't for Sports Cop. So I'm always very grateful for them.
Nice. So with the digital artistic team, is it literally like what it sounds like, just doing things that go on the digital platforms?
So it's things that go on our digital platform. It's also things that go in some of our campaigns. So think about some of the stores. One of our biggest brands that we work with is Cosmoprof, which is a professional beauty supply house.
Yeah.
And a lot of our campaigns, the imagery will be in there. It's also doing things with inside of the community. So we have an event that we call that's called Lift. So the Lift event is an opportunity for hairstylists to come together. It's an opportunity for us to connect. We get to do hands-on training. You also have some panel discussions. There's an evening where we just kind of do like fun things. This past one we had in Chicago, they did a tarot reading, and
Oh,
that
wow.
was very interesting and fun. So it's really just a time for other artists to come together in the community and connect. We just finished Chicago, and then we're going to be headed off to Austin in November, November 3rd and 4th.
Nice. You're on tour. I love that.
A mini one, yes.
A little mini tour. Yeah. What was your experience like working with Venus? Because an icon, a legend for the Up Your Hair Game photo shoot. Like what?
I think I still need to pinch myself that this actually happens. Like I will never forget that moment when I got the phone call about it, and it was just a very like, oh hey, we want to talk to you about this photo shoot that we have coming up. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Are you, we just want to know if you're still interested. And it's not confirmed yet, but we're thinking about having Venus Williams. I literally shut the door and like slammed my bags down because I was walking into work at that time and I had to like get myself together because I was like, are you guys serious? Like, this is an opportunity that we're gonna do. And they were like, yeah. And I remember just texting my mom and my sister were in a group chat. And they were like, yes, whatever you need to do, yes, drop everything. Don't think about it. Go for it.
Yeah.
And I was so nervous. I'm pretty sure Venus had no clue, but I was
Right.
so nervous that day. And I wanted everything to be perfect. Like I got up like crazy early, didn't really sleep that much the night before. And when she walked into the room, she just embraced with a warm hug. It was
Mhm.
so warm and welcoming. She is so nice. It was such a pleasure working with her and just giving her something fun and new. I think that that
Yeah.
was what I really wanted to take away from this is that I wanted to introduce her to something that she maybe hadn't tried before and she loved it. And
Yeah.
that was the best part about it.
I love that. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen her with that blonde that she
No,
did with her. Her hair has always been like a brunette or like maybe like a nice little brown, but not I don't think I've ever seen her in blonde.
no. And that's what I told her because she was like, I don't know if I can. I was like, we're going to have a little fun. And when she put it on, you just saw this whole new personality come to life. And that's what you like when we, as hairstylists, that's what we want to see. It's nothing like turning someone around to the camera, or excuse me, not the camera, but the mirror. And then they see their hair and they love it and they light up. And when I
Yeah.
saw that spark in her eye, I was like, oh, we're good.
Probably had like a whole different little alter ego that came out with
Yeah.
each wig.
You change your hair up, you become a whole new person.
That's so true. I just can attest. I did my hair like last week and I was like, oh, I wasn't sad. I just wasn't cute. Like I need to do my hair. So what did you do to achieve the blonde that you created? Because like I said, I'm not a hairstylist. So in my head, I'm thinking like you would have to color it in person to see the person's skin tone to achieve the right blonde. But like what was your process for achieving the blonde that you got for her?
So what I did was I really kind of took a deep dive into Venus's world. I looked at tons of images of her. I saw like some of the things that she was wearing a lot of versus things that I saw that she maybe hadn't tried. And a lot of times when we think of blonde, our mind instantly goes to like this super platinum blonde. But I was like, I don't want to do that because that's going to be such a contrast. I wanted to give her something that will still feel like a blonde, but not overpowering. So I went more with a honey level versus being a platinum blonde.
Mhm.
And then when just based off of her skin tone and something that would actually complement it, I wanted to keep it more on the neutral side versus it being too warm. And it really just worked.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that you have to do is really dig deep into who the person is that you're working with. See different images of them. See how they look if they've been out in the sun a lot, or if they haven't been out, if their skin tone just kind of change, if you get a little tanned, those different things, because you want to make sure that you're going to bring something that's going to enhance them.
Yeah.
And that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to give her a blonde that would enhance who she is.
Yeah, I love that. And with the other wig too, did you have to color that as well? Or
I did. And with that one, that was more or less of a brunette. So I just wanted to add some pops of color in there, give her something that is completely different. I think that that's the beauty of wearing wigs is
yeah,
that you can be this way one day and then you can take that one off and you can be something else completely different. So I wanted to do something curly. I wanted to give her just some pops of color in there. And it really was just kind of like a hand painting technique that we did with that one.
nice. I love how like younger people are wearing wigs now. Cause I feel like when I was growing up, wigs were like for old ladies. Like you just saw the church ladies or, the older women wearing wigs. But nowadays people are switching it up by the second.
They're switching it up and they're not shying away from the fact that it's a wig.
Yeah,
I think that that is
unapologetic.
the beauty of it all. Like, yeah, that's not mine. It's mine because I bought it. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the attitude is. And I love that because I may want to switch up my look. I may not want to commit to actually coloring my
Coloring.
hair blonde. That's a
Yeah.
huge commitment. And why not test it out, see how I like it before I commit 100% to it? And
Yeah.
then what if I do it and I don't want to do it anymore and I want to be another color or I want to do something else? Wigs and extensions, I think, have always been around, but I think now we're more in a place of embracing it. And I think for us as the professionals, this is a huge opportunity for us to really cater to that and elevate it. Keep it as an elevated service in the salon, customizing extensions for your clients. I customize extensions and wigs all the time because it makes it unique to the person that's sitting in the chair.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to just go to the store and pick that color off
No,
the
we not
box
gonna like
color.
you said, the church lady wig. No, we're not doing those. Mm-mm.
I love it. So did you like braid down her hair under the wig? Like how did you keep her like what you do?
Yep. So we did your traditional braid down, wig cap, and then we placed the wigs on top.
Okay. Do you have like an assistant that you bring along with you for stuff like that?
I did not. I will be honest, I normally don't have an assistant. I do have assistants that work with Schwarzkopf that will help with me sometimes, but no, I do not have my own personal assistant. Hey, y'all
Hey,
out there
hey.
that's listening, I may need one day. So
Yeah,
don't hesitate to reach out.
for sure. Do you think, well, I guess it is. I'm going to ask you, do you think that blonde is a color that pretty much everyone could pull off? I guess if you're customizing it to their skin tone.
Absolutely. So my thing is we can wear any color that's out there. You just have to customize it to the person that you have sitting in your chair. So
Yeah.
like how I mentioned, I would not give her a platinum blonde, but I gave her a honey blonde because
Yeah.
that's going to complement her more. I think about with reds. Everybody can be a red, but one may be a little bit more deeper and richer in color versus another one can be a little bit more neutral, but it's still in the red family.
Yeah. Do you have like a general technique that you always use when it comes to coloring wigs, or does it kind of change up depending on the color or the texture of the hair?
It definitely depends on the color and the texture of the hair. I always think about If I know that I'm wanting to stay in the blonder family, I will typically go with a lighter color wig already and just
Mm,
deposit down, because you still have to keep in mind that you're working with extensions. So I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the extensions itself by trying to do all this like bleaching and everything to it.
yeah.
If I'm maybe going for something brunette or red, I may then start with something that's deeper in color and then pre-lighten that. But I always think about keeping in mind the integrity of the hair that you're working with is first, because it is something that has been already treated and now you're adding another treatment on top of that. So a gentle approach is always going to be best.
Yeah, yeah. I always see the girls. I watch a lot of YouTube. So when I'm watching vlogs, some of the girls are like coloring their wigs and stuff. They have I've seen people do it so many different ways with
Yeah.
like putting like the color and like I don't know if it's water or something, but kind of like saturating the wig, just like moving it
They do like a
around.
dip dyeing technique. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But looking at your page, I learned that you have to have the hair saturated. You want to have it like saturated and all of those things.
Definitely, if you want that color to stick and last on there, you have to saturate it. If you just kind of place it on the top, the minute you kind of like wash it, blow dry it, curl it, or flat iron it, that color is going to fade directly
Mm,
off of there. So saturation is going to be everything. I always say you may end up having to use a little bit more, massage it into the hair. I think that I work it in over time just
yeah,
to be sure on the safe side, because you never
yeah.
want to have to go back and recolor it.
Yeah, back to Serena, not Serena, Venus. Ooh, girl, don't get me. Back to Venus. Y'all sisters, it's cool. It's cool. Back to Venus, like on that set, is there anything that was like anything that stood out to you on the set that is a memory that you just take with you?
So we have this moment, and Schwarzkopf, they captured it, and it is so just near and dear. And then I realized how short I am in the same moment too. We were filming, and out of nowhere, they were like, just we kind of like turned to each other, and it was like automatic. We gave each other a high five, we smiled, we had this cute giggle, and I was just like, she's my friend. Like, I love this little moment that we just had together. And then, like, standing next to her, I realized how short I
Or is she just tall?
no, I'm short. Like, I have to go ahead. I'm 5'2" on a good
Okay.
day. But in that moment, and when I look at her, I'm like, I'm really 5'2", and she's really like, I want to say she's just about at 6 feet. So it
Yeah.
was definitely the difference there. But I love that moment because you saw how authentic our relationship was on set. A
Yeah.
couple people on the set had asked me like, "Oh, have you guys worked together before?" And I was like, "No, this is my first time." And they were like, "You never would have known that."
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just good energy, good vibes.
Yeah, I love that. Do you get a opportunity to work with celebrities often or other high profile clients?
I do not. A lot of times I'm working with mostly models for our different campaigns that we do. I have in the past have done a couple of different things, but for the most part, I have not. This was like my first time working with a big profile athlete.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so happy for
I think that's why I
you.
still have to be like this. Did this
Yeah.
happen? This really happened.
2024. I love it.
Yes.
Like pinch yourself. I would love to know because I'm a natural girly and there's a lot of other natural girlies out there. When it comes to coloring hair and taking care of your hair properly, I started coloring my hair when I was like 14. But
Mhm.
since I've had my locks, I think I've only colored my hair maybe 3 times. And I've had my locks for 15 years because I'm just like so afraid. I know I don't take care of my hair like that to be doing anything like crazy, any crazy colors. But for people who want to color their hair and keep their hair, like what are some care that they should be, doing for their textured hair?
So the first thing that I'm going to suggest is do not do this at home.
Yeah.
Find a hairstylist in your area
Okay.
that is known for working with curly hair and coloring. The beauty of social media is that if that's their specialty and what they work in, guarantee that they're posting it on their page. So you're gonna see it. So find them, reach out to them, have a consultation, and really set up a plan for your hair. I think that that's super important. The other thing is going to be keeping it hydrated and moisturized. Going into color, it's a chemical service that we're doing. So I know a lot of us may not be wearing relaxers because we were like, oh, relaxers are damaging our hair. Color can
Right.
be damaging if it's not properly cared for. So that maintenance of caring for your hair, not overdoing things, is still going to be a key component to it.
Yeah.
Um, getting your trims regularly, getting your conditioning treatments regularly. All of that stuff is going to be super important. If you are not doing that, that color will look cute that first day, and
Yeah,
then
get a
a
wig.
couple of weeks later, I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, get you a wig. That's why I have these these hair sprinkles in my hair, because I like that it adds a little pizzazz or something
Yes.
like that. And I don't have to like dye my hair, because I don't be taking care of my hair like I should. As long as it is, people think I be having some kind of routine or something, but
Wait a minute, did you see how I gave you that look like, what? You're not taking good care of your hair? Wait a minute.
I mean, I do the basic things, but like, I don't know. I guess I just got lucky for now.
Lucky for now. Okay. You said it. Lucky for now. So that means eventually that luck may run out.
It might run out, then I'm gonna just shave it all off and start over. Is
But
there?
I really think the biggest thing when it comes into color and curly hair is making sure that you find somebody who knows how to work with your hair and your hair type,
Mhm.
and following a plan, set realistic expectations. Don't expect to get this color done today and then have nothing else done to your hair. It is really a commitment.
Yeah, yeah. I know you said we got to go to the salon for the color, but is there anything that we could do at home that we can do to like step up our hair game at home?
I'm going to always advise you to do your conditioning treatments. That's always
Okay.
going to be a must. I think properly styling your hair. We have seen it and heard it all. Everybody by now should be having a silk or satin bonnet or pillowcase. Like, that's
Yes.
like a non-negotiable. If you don't have that in your house, you are behind. Everybody should have, like, that's the only thing we should be sleeping on at this point.
Hmm.
I definitely think if maybe you want to kind of play with color or have a little fun, color sprays I think are fun. I think you talked about like how you have like the sparkles in your hair and have a little bit of fun with that. Definitely get into wigs and extensions. It's a
Yeah.
non-commitment way to playing with different things and having different options for yourself.
Yeah. Do the sprays don't like dye, not dye, dry out your hair?
So if you're doing like the color sprays, because it's really just something for fun, it's not gonna dry your hair out. I would not suggest using it all the time because
Okay.
it is an alcohol base to it. But if you
Hmm.
just want to do something fun for like a little pop, I would say do that for a couple of days and then rinse that out and go back to your normal style.
Okay. Okay. Do you still work in a salon?
I do. So
Okay.
I have a salon suite that I'm in. I'm there pretty much when I'm in town.
Mhm.
I'm in the salon working. It's
Yeah.
so funny. My clients, they're like, "Girl, I don't care what you do. You better come home and do my hair."
Okay. We don't care about this tour that you on with Lyft
Yeah, they're
and
like,
all
"I don't
that
care about
stuff.
none of the other stuff. You better come home and do my hair."
Yeah.
So yes, I am still in the salon. I'm in Pleasanton, California. So I'm in the Northern California area.
Okay. And you have like a single suite?
I do a single
Okay.
suite.
Yeah.
I used to work in a bigger salon, and then post COVID, I moved into a single suite, and I love it. My clients love it. I like the intimate moments that it has. It allows me to really connect with my clients. We have some of the best times in there. So I am all about my suite. It's like my little baby.
Yeah. How do you feel about some clients are starting to feel like these days? I'm not saying that this is you because it doesn't feel like it, but they feel like when they go to the salon suites, the customer service is not like up to par. Like people are stacking their appointments or just canceling. I don't know what they're going through, or they have like this long list of policies of what you got to do, what you got to
All
bring.
this
Don't do
new
this.
interesting stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
Yes. I am very big on customer service. I came from a family of hairstylists, so I have seen from the very beginning that customer service was always key to my grandmother's clients coming back into the salon. My cousin having her clients come back into the salon. My cousin, she was an educator, so she did a lot of traveling as well, and then being in the salon. And the thing that has kept her in business so long is that customer service aspect. So for me, customer service is top tier. If you don't have that, you're not going to have anything else. I'm all for you having your policies. I want you to be realistic with what you're having out there and just be mindful, be demure about it.
Yes.
But I definitely think that you should always have customer service at the forefront of your business.
Yeah.
The thing that I also love about with me and my suite, my suite mates that are in the same building as us, we're still a family. So even though we're in our own separate rooms, we still talk to each other. We hang out as a family. We do different things and events. So it's not so much of that, like that isolation. And I feel like with all of us that are in there, we all have the same kind of business mindset. So it just works.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I was going to ask you something about the I do this every episode. I swear I be having like questions like in my head and then I like totally lose it. It was something about the salon suites though, but it'll probably come back to me.
Okay.
How would you advise people to go from if they're working in a salon to possibly working with brands, like how you've been able to do that, like partner with brands, educating for them and everything?
So one of the biggest things that I will say is brands are always watching. They're always looking for other artists to work with. They are always scouting to elevate their teams. The key thing that I have noticed with brands and why they always reached out to me is because I was already doing the work. So I was already posting. My captions were already telling about why I love a product, how to properly use the product, what are the benefits to it. So I was already doing the work without noticing that they were watching.
Right.
9 times out of 10, a brand that's noticing, their team is not going to message you directly from that page. They may have one of their other artists notice your work and then they may want to have a conversation and set up a meeting with you, that type of deal.
Yeah.
But you have to already be doing the work. You have
Yeah.
to already be posting your content, and you're not posting it in hopes that somebody will reach out to you. You're posting it because you genuinely love what you're doing and you're just sharing your information and knowledge.
Right.
So many times now we're in this mindset of like, well, I'll start doing this once they reach out to me. It's
Mm-mm.
not going to happen like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I was gonna ask you too, like how you got comfortable with being on camera or talking through your tutorials. I saw you did like a tutorial where you were showing us how you curled the wig for Venus and everything like that. So just doing the content and everything.
Doing the content and then practice. Practice makes perfect. If you scroll down far enough, you may find one of them videos where I'm like, I don't know if I like that so much.
Yeah,
But you use that as your baseline. And
yeah.
then you say, what do I need to do differently? I edit a lot of my videos in InShot. It's an app that I use to do my voiceovers and a lot of my editing in. And retake it to make sure it sounds how you want it to sound. Write out your script prior to actually going in and filming it. I think that that helps a lot too. Another thing that I do is I film a lot of small snippets because I feel like that's easier to edit down than having a 3 hour long video and
Yes.
trying to edit that down to
Yeah.
make it into a 30-second video. That's just
Yeah.
way too much. I'm overwhelmed just thinking about that. So I know I'm not going to do that. Focus on what you really want to showcase in that content. If it maybe it's just about the conditioner, focus just on that conditioner in that one piece of content, and then always have a hook to bring them back. Stay
Yeah.
tuned for the finished product, and the finished product can
Mm.
come into your next 2 videos.
Yeah. Oh, I saw. Oh, I caught that, Jim. Okay, I saw you did that with the clip-ins or something
Yeah,
that you did.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You always hook them back in, reel them back
Catching
in.
strategy.
And
Okay.
then I think the biggest point to all of this is because there's so much information out there. I know everyone is always caught up in like the algorithm is not working for me and how do I get it to work? I don't focus on that.
Yeah.
I just do
Just
not
show up.
spend my time and energy on that because that can be very upsetting. You know, you spend so much time on a video, you love it, and then you put it out there, and then it's not getting pushed how you think it should be getting pushed.
Yeah.
So I just don't focus on those things. I post the content that I love and I go from there.
Yep. And just trust that the right person is going to see
Yep.
it and receive it. Yeah. I always tell people the way that I look at social media now is I literally look at it as an app. I'm
Mhm.
like, why am I getting all bent out of shape over an app? I'm not going to do that anymore. So, and then also
Have
to
you
your point
stressed
with
out all day looking at how many likes did it get? What the
how many
numbers are?
views,
Oh no.
it's too much. And then with you saying the videos that you do and everything, I used to post my bloopers because I would have to do a lot of like voiceover stuff, or I'll be reading a teleprompter and I'll literally post my bloopers of like every time that I messed up, because I guess with social media people feel like, oh, you just do it one time and it's perfect. And I'm like, no, I literally be over there cursing myself. I'm like read the script. You
Get
know
it
how to
right.
read, just read it.
The bloopers crack me up too, because sometimes I will look at them and be like, what was I trying to even say? I don't even know what I was trying to say. The
Yeah.
times where you're right in the midst of saying it and then your mind goes blank instantly.
Mhm.
Oh, we are definitely all have been there.
Yeah.
It makes you relatable. I will
Yeah.
tell you now, I haven't yet to do a video where it was like one take one and done. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not there.
Oh my God. I saw something on Instagram, I think last week, that said, do you realize like we're the last generation that knows what life was like before social media?
Now I just feel old.
Can you imagine? Like I literally remember, I think I was in my freshman year of not high school, my freshman year of college when Facebook launched. And my college wasn't even on the list yet. That's when it was just for
Yeah,
colleges, and my
because it
college
was
wasn't even on
just
the
for college.
list.
Because I was telling somebody that the other day. I was like, I remember when I first signed up for Facebook, I had to use my college email address because
Yeah.
that was the only way that you was gonna get in there.
Yeah, that's the only way. And I had to wait for my college to get on the list. And I was really irritated. I remember when they opened it up to high schoolers. I'm like, what we doing? Like, what we doing? I thought it was
Right.
just for
Because
college
we was like, this
students.
is supposed to be just for us. I
Yeah,
remember like, your MySpace and your top 8.
all of those things. I love
Yes,
that.
those were the good days. And then before that, when we didn't even know what none of this stuff was.
Right. We didn't care. Didn't
We
rule
didn't
our
care. We
lives.
didn't know nothing about nobody top 8.
Yeah. How were you operating business at that time? Like, was it a lot of networking or word of mouth and everything?
I think then, because I wasn't even using Facebook as a like way to promote a business or anything. It was really just me and my friends just kind of being on there.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even get on Instagram when Instagram first had launched. I was like,
That was
no, I don't want
late.
to be on that. I don't want to be on another app. I didn't get on Instagram until like way later. So a lot of things that I was doing was word of mouth. It was handing out a business card. And I may sound old fashioned, y'all. I'm not that old, y'all, okay?
Right. It was just
But
different back in those days.
yeah, it's just different. But handing out a business card was that human connection. That was that
Mhm.
person. That's how you got to really talk and connect with somebody. And I think that that sometimes is missing, that
Yeah.
human connection. Even though we're connected through social media, you're connected to a mass of people,
Yeah.
but it's
That
that
face to face.
one-on-one connection we still miss a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely realized that after the pandemic,
Uh-huh.
people, oh my gosh, they were already struggling at one point, just to having conversations. But after the pandemic, it's like, what do I really, really say now? Like, I don't even know if I want to be around people.
I don't
Like,
even know if I want to be around people. Yes. So
mhm.
it was definitely a different time, and just making sure that you have that human connection. I now when I'm talking to like younger stylists and they're telling me like, oh, I don't want to use social media. I always ask them, what is your marketing strategy?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
we love social media. It is a great tool, but if you're not utilizing that, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
And see, for me, I remember like you handed out your business card. So are
Yeah.
you handing out business cards? And if you're not doing that, who's probably taking your business card? Because most people don't even want them.
Yeah.
So that's something that you have to think about as well.
Yeah, for sure. At least get one of those digital
A
business
digital,
cards.
you have to think about something else. I'm fine with you not wanting to use social media, but you definitely should have a marketing strategy for your business.
Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of people ask me nowadays, do you have a card? I'm like, no, just go on my Instagram. Just because I know what I do with business cards. And I know back in the day I used to put them like right here to get like a sharp,
I
a
have
sharp wing liner. Like just put that business card right at the side and get that wing liner popping.
have a QR code. You got to have something that will a link tree, something that is going to get people to see your business. Yes.
Absolutely. I want to circle back to the Lyft event because I absolutely love education. I wholeheartedly support all types of education, especially because once you finish cosmetology school, a lot of people will probably think that's it, but you got to do continued education. You got to continue to keep your skills fresh. But what are you teaching at the event?
So this past event that we had, I did a lot of curly education. I call my class the Curly Pop, and that's where
Okay.
we talk about coloring curly hair, but then also styling curly hair. So I think a lot of times we see on
Okay.
social media things such as a wash and go, but no one is really breaking down how to properly do a wash and go. And what does it really mean when we say wash and go? Because wash and go is not just wash and go. Wash and
Yeah,
go
ain't
is
literally
like,
watching go.
no, It's some steps in between there before you get to go. We got to finish a couple of things. So
Mhm.
I really talk about that. And then I also talk about some other styling options. So what if she is more coily and she wants elongation with her hair? So we do maybe a 2-strand twist. We talk about a flexi rod set. We talk also about finger combs and finger curls and finger curling the hair. So it gives them a different options of styling. We
Mhm.
spend a lot of time talking about coloring curly hair, but we don't spend a lot of time on the styling component to it.
Yeah.
And she may not want to be wash and go. She may want something else a little bit more defined. So what are going to be some different options for her? So I love that we talk about that in that class.
Yeah.
In Austin, I'm not going to give all the details, but I am going to be doing something a little bit fun and different. So for those of you that are going to be seeing me in Austin, I have something very exciting with that class that we're going to be doing.
Yes, I love that you're teaching about the curly texture. Like how I don't know, what's the conversation that's going on with amongst the hair industry as far as how needed that is?
It is a heavy conversation that is happening all the time. It
Okay.
is so important. Um, I think about when I went to cosmetology school, I didn't necessarily learn about curly hair. I think I learned most of it from being in the salon all the time and kind of
Yeah.
just, it was in my nature to be around it. So I learned from it. But when you think about how things are transitioning and where things are potentially going in the world, we are seeing a lot more curly, coily hair out here.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to service any and everyone that walks into your salon. So,
Yeah.
because of that, education is going to be that key component. I am 22 years invested into the industry and I still do advanced education. I still take curly education myself because I want to make sure that I'm up with what's the latest and what's happening.
Yeah.
That education in any industry, in particular in the beauty industry, if you aren't doing additional education, you are already behind.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's just no way around it.
Yeah, I just learned maybe like last year sometime that they did not teach how to do textured or curly hair in cosmetology school. And I know it's something that I think they're trying to change now.
Yes.
But I
So we
was
have a
I
lot
was
of
low
states that
key
are
shook.
passing it. Mhm.
Yeah, I was low key shook. I was like, what you mean they not teaching how to do texture hair? But it makes so much sense when you kind of see, what's going on out here with like, even the people on set and the actors and actresses and the models and when they have fashion shows, things like that. And I was even telling somebody, I think it was another hairstylist or somebody that I remember when I was 16, my mom took me to this salon to get my hair dyed and they tried to do something to it afterwards. I don't even know what the lady, it was terrible though, but it made like, once I think about it now, I'm like, oh, that was like a while ago. I ain't gonna say how long ago that was, but that was over 2 decades ago. So
Yeah.
I could only imagine, she
And
ain't
the
know.
thing that I always say is that you can specialize in whatever area that you want to specialize in, but I think it is super important to know and understand how to work with all curl types, all
Yeah.
hair types. That is just general information that we're talking about. Curly hair, straight, wavy, curly, coily hair are hair types. When you
Mhm.
think about school and you're going to cosmetology school, we're going there to learn how to work with all hair types.
Yeah.
So you can, once you get licensed, sure, specialize in whatever area that you want to specialize in. But I do think you should have your basic knowledge of how to work with any and every hair type that's out there.
Yeah, for sure. When you did Venus's curls, like what technique did you use for her curls?
So we started off with doing a wash and go. And then
Uh,
after we had diffused the hair and it was fully dry, I then went in and I enhanced some of the curls with a curling iron. So I did a wanding technique just to enhance them a little bit more.
got you. Okay, I'm learning. Are you from California?
I am born and raised in Northern California. So a true Cali girl.
Yes, I love that. I'm from DC. I don't know if you could tell my accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm from DC. I've been to San Francisco, but I've never been to like LA or anything. So when I went to San Fran, I was like, I didn't really feel like I was in California because I didn't see like the Hollywood sign and stuff like that. I did go to the bridge though and ride across the
That's so funny because I legit, every time when I tell somebody, I'm like, oh, I'm from California, they're like, LA. I'm like, up north.
yeah. I love
Well,
it.
that means you have to come back.
I do.
And
I mean,
I'll have to meet you down in LA and then we have to
yeah.
hang out in LA.
Yes, I do have to come because I just feel like as someone in the beauty industry, it's either like New York or LA that most people kind of go in between.
Yes. So you definitely need to get to LA. Come
Yeah,
on. And the
yeah.
weather's still good.
I love it. Yeah, the weather's gonna start changing soon in DC, so
You know, we're a good 75 year round.
yeah, I love that. Period. How do you feel about networking and community? Are you like a networker?
Absolutely.
Okay.
1000%. Like, if you aren't networking, how are you growing?
Yeah.
I think it is, I have never, so when I first started in the industry, it was a lot, I felt like a lot of gatekeeping. Like, people didn't
Hmm.
want to share certain information, they wouldn't want to let you know how to get in certain different avenues. And as I was growing in the industry, I always said that I never wanted to be that type of stylist. So if I ever had an opportunity to do anything and someone came behind me and they said, well, how did you get there? What were the things that you did? How can I get there myself? I'm going to tell them and share with them how I did it. Their path may look different. The blueprint is not going to be the same for everybody, but sharing the information and the knowledge, I think, is definitely key. Networking with other stylists, with other makeup artists, I feel like that's how you can build and grow your tribe. I work with a lot of makeup artists, photographers, wardrobe stylists, and then we sometimes come together and we collab and we do photo shoots together.
Yeah.
That's how you build and you create your network. If you don't have a network and you just solely just to yourself, I just feel like you're missing out on all the richness in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah. So many people I feel like that I talk to have been burnt. Like they're just like, oh, I encountered this person and they were gatekeeping or they weren't nice. And then they just kind of hold that close to heart and think that's how everybody is. But for me, I tell people I have literally been eating off of the relationships that I made like over a decade ago when
Yeah.
I like first started doing makeup and just, continue to keep in contact with them and just being a good person, and people just start to refer you to, to things, and it's like a
Just
big like
being a
snowball.
good person. And I think we all have experienced where someone was, not the nicest to us or didn't give us some of the best advice or didn't share
Mhm.
something with us. Let it go and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, move
I'm
on.
not gonna I'm not giving you that much energy over me. Like, that's
Yeah.
just way too much energy that I'm gonna give over me, let you have over me. It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
It was a moment. I definitely cried about it. And
Yeah.
then I moved on. Next.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought about a something that happened to me where I didn't have the best conversation with somebody, and years later, like we still end up in the same rooms. So
Don't you love that?
it didn't stop anything. Hey girl, like I still see you, but
Hey, I think that's like that little inside in me that you tried to hold me back and I still got here anyway. Hi,
hey girl.
how's it doing? How's it going?
Yes. And to your point about the collaboration piece, I wanted to tell you I absolutely love the work, like the photo shoot work that you do with the creative hair. It's so good. I
Thank
just had
you
to tell
so
you that.
much. And a lot of that comes from having have networked with people. Anytime I'm on set, I always make sure that I connect with everybody, the makeup artist, the wardrobe stylist. I make sure that I talk with the photographer. And then once we do have the images and we are free to post them, I always make sure that I give everybody their credit. I think
Yeah.
that that is so important in our industry. Give people their credit. If you are doing a photo shoot with somebody, if somebody is assisting you on something, make sure everyone gets posted for credit. That
When you
is,
post it.
yeah, when you post it, don't take somebody's name off or don't share it, because then it speaks to who you are as the person,
Hmm.
and it makes people maybe not want to work with you the next time around.
Yeah, I've had people like post things, or you know how I don't know if you've experienced this before, where people try to like I don't get this too much anymore. Where back in the day it used to be like, oh, let's uh a celebrity or somebody popular would be like, let's work together for exchange type of thing, and I'll post you. They'll post you all right, but they won't tag you until like
Yeah,
after everybody has liked the picture. Then they'll come back and put your information. I'd be like, it don't even matter anymore because I don't think these people are going to come back and revisit this post just to see who did your hair and makeup. You should have
they're not going to
posted.
see it then. It's kind of done and over with. It is all like, it needs to be done in the moment. When you are creating that caption, everybody needs to be tagged in it right then and there in that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
And then even if I repost it, I will still make sure that everybody, the same people were tagged in it. I just think it's so important that we give each other our credit and we support each other. I'm
Mhm.
not taking anything away from your business by adding you to this post. You're not
Yeah,
taking anything away from my business by adding me to your post. If anything, it's just going to enrich us.
absolutely. Is there any way that you would like to see the hair industry in particular still make some changes?
Women, that can be a whole
Yeah.
conversation on itself. I definitely want us to stay more connected in a community, and I also want us to keep ourselves at an elevated experience. I
Mm,
think that is the beauty of coming into a salon is giving someone an elevated experience. We know that now pretty much any and everything is out there for someone to do their hair at home.
mm,
However, I want them to come to the salon because they know they're going to get an elevated experience.
mhm.
And that is what's going to keep us separated from the two.
Yeah.
If you are not giving that elevated experience in your salon, that is why we get a lot of sometimes those negative things that we see out there. And that was never what the basis of the salon industry was all about. Salon was like, especially in the Black community, the salon was like a safe place. You came and
Yeah.
you talked, you enjoyed conversation, you had fun. I want to see us get back to that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's so important because that's like a really vulnerable space for people too
Yeah.
to come to. So the service has to be elevated.
You get to see me in my raw, authentic self.
Yes.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we give to the beauty of us as the hairstylist and the makeup artist is we have the power to make somebody feel good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about that spark that you see when they look at themselves and you can see that they're like lively and they love it. I
Yeah.
love that feeling. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that you primarily work in the salon, but you still get to do all of these cool things, the working with the brand and educating, because I feel like in the climate that we're in, people really feel like they have to be celebrity focused in order to be like successful, or I guess to get the, you know what it is too, is to get the notoriety from like your friends and family, because you could post, I always tell people you could post like same, okay, so for example, you could post that same blonde wig that you did for Venus on like a regular woman, but when you post it on Venus, it'll get like a different reaction. People are just dying for like, what is the word? The
You know what I
approval.
always
Or-
say? Because I used to feel that way. Like I was like, okay, once I get to this point, I'm gonna do this, and then everything is gonna spark and it's gonna be magical and all this stuff is gonna come and it's gonna happen. That was so not the case. I
Mhm.
feel like my most viral moments were from my clients sitting in my chair.
Love it.
And so make my clients the celebrity. They
Hmm.
are the celebrities in my chair. So when they get to feel that way, there's no difference.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who's sitting in the chair. Everybody gonna feel like a celebrity once they leave.
Yeah.
It was so cute. My friend's daughter, I do her hair, and she's like 11, 12. And so she turns around and she's like looking at her hair as I'm cutting. She was like, "Oh, this is giving luxury." I was like, "Girl,
Give it luxury.
like those little moments." That was a whole moment for us on social media with her saying that, and I loved it. She felt like the celebrity in the chair.
That is so funny. That's the age they really start getting into themselves, because my
Yeah.
niece, she just turned 12, but she had locks for like 3 or 4 years, and she just started seventh grade and she wanted to comb out her locks. And like she's going through this whole phase now. Now she combed out her locks and now she's like, well, it's not as long. It's like my curls aren't as long as how
Uh-huh.
my oh my God, that's the age where they really start to feel it.
Oh yeah, they definitely, because I feel like all my younger clients, when they get right in that little age, they are definitely, and it's something about like they forget that me and them are not the same age. Because I'm like, girl, who you talking to? What are you talking about? Like, wait a minute, calm down.
It's giving.
Yeah. And she said it just like that too. Ew, this is giving. It's giving luxury.
I cannot.
Oh, luxury.
The luxury is not having no bills to pay, sweetheart. Okay, that's
Right.
luxury. Somebody paying for your hair, that's luxury. I love it. How are you balancing everything, like working for yourself, working for the brand, traveling, educating? Like, how are you balancing or harmonizing everything and still finding time for yourself?
I set aside a day for sure. That's just me. And
Okay.
that is like my Sunday. Sundays are my me day. I may or may not post on a Sunday. I just, that's a day where I do absolutely nothing or whatever I want to do, get my nails done, that whole thing. The other thing is having a good support system. So my family, they keep me definitely in line. My mom and my sister, they are my hugest supporters. So they always help sure that I have everything together and
Yeah.
organized. And then organization. I used to kind of be one of those people like just kind of woo, whatever, fly by the night. No, you have to be super organized. So you make sure you don't miss up or miss out on anything.
Do you put like everything on your calendar?
Everything.
Oh,
I never thought that I would actually use the calendar app. Everything is on
that's
that calendar.
that's probably like my most used app is the calendar app, and then Instagram maybe.
The calendar app, and then it has to have alerts because I need to buzz me to let me know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Brunetta, like, do you ever think about what you want your legacy to be as far as the hair industry?
I do. I think one of the biggest things that I want my legacy to be is that I always wanted to create beautiful hair and that I was always a passionate hairstylist. No matter what I did, everyone left my chair feeling like a celebrity.
That's good.
That will always be my vibe that I want to give them.
Yes, I love it. You're already doing that. You're living in the legacy already.
It's so crazy because I can think back to the times where I was like, I can't wait till I get there. It's gonna happen. I don't know how, but I want it to work. You did something, it didn't work out, you're crying about it. And then now to see myself like actually living in these moments. When I tell you like it's a surreal feeling, it's such a surreal feeling. And I even think like for my family and even some of my clients, because they've been with me since the very beginning, they're like, we literally have seen you progress all along the way. And they're always just saying like just how proud they are of me and just how I stuck with it. So sometimes it can make me really get emotional and
Yeah.
cry about it because I think it's easy to give up. It's hard to keep going.
Don't we know it? Oh my gosh. Do you
Girl.
have anything coming up next that you can share?
Yeah, so next week, well, I don't know when they're gonna see this, but I will be doing another Schwarzkopf event, and it's called our Color Crafters. And this is such a fun event. It is where they have probably about 40 hairstylists come together from all over the world, and we come to a location and we literally have a day of creating content with a model.
Oh,
We do their whole
wow.
hair, they get makeup and wardrobe, and at the very end we do a fashion show. It is so fun. You get to create pretty much any and everything that you wanted to do, and it is just filled with just good energy the whole entire day. It's so much fun.
That
So
sounds
much fun.
amazing.
It's a lot of fun. It'll be all over my social, so
Yeah, so
yes.
yes, we'll catch the highlights on your social. Lovely. So before you go, I don't want to let you go. I have to ask you the Friends of Beauty rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So whatever comes to your mind, you can spit it out. If you need to elaborate, that's fine.
Okay.
So the first one is, what are the top 3 keys to your success so far?
Patience, practice, and persevering.
I knew it was going to be a 3P. Patience, practice, and persevering. I love
Yes.
it. How do you measure your success?
I measure it by checking things off the goal list.
Mm-hmm.
I think every time that I can check something off the goal list and add something new to it, we have made something successful.
I love it. What is the best advice you've ever received, or just like a piece of advice that's always stuck with you?
I mentioned it earlier and I talked about the blueprint, but my mentor, she told me that the blueprint is not going to look the same for everybody. So you have to take the information that I'm telling you and figure out your own path.
Yeah, I love that. And that's why I
And
like
that
doing the
has
podcast.
stayed with me forever.
Yeah, that's why I like doing the podcast too, because we don't have a exact blueprint for ourselves in the beauty industry, but I think it helps to kind of hear other people's stories of
Hmm.
what they've done for
Yep.
sure. Yeah. What advice would you give to another hairstylist right now who is just struggling a little bit? They're not having the best time, and they're just like, maybe I should just give this up and get a job.
Keep going. Don't stop. This moment of self-doubt and not sure, being sure of yourself, it will pass. But if this is your passion, you have to stick with it and keep going. We all have hills and valleys that we have to go through. This is just one of those moments.
Yep. What is a resource that helps you in your business that you can share with the friends and beauty community?
So definitely Schwarzkopf USA on YouTube. They have a ton of information there.
Videos.
Tons of videos. Another one is, and she does a lot of business courses, is Mickey Wright. If you go to her page, she has a ton of different resources specifically for people in the beauty industry. She is also a part of the beauty industry, phenomenal hairstylist. But if you're looking for business resources, I've taken a couple of her business classes. They will definitely help guide you.
I love that. Okay. Mickey Wright. I'm going to look into that.
Yes.
So the last one is just a statement that I want you to repeat.
Okay.
And just say, my name is blank, and the key to longevity and success is blank, whatever you think it is.
Okay. My name is Brendnetta Ashley, and the key to success and longevity is being consistent.
Yes. I need to, I want to compile all the clips of people that say be consistent because it's so true. Like,
it's so true. There is nothing to it. And I can tell you, every time I thought something should have happened in my timing, it did not.
Yeah.
But I stayed consistent and it eventually happened. So we have to kind of remove ourselves out of the thing of like, I want it right now, and just stay consistent with the journey and it will happen.
Absolutely. This has been a great conversation. Before you go, please share anything you want to share, social media, website, links to anything, probably we can stay connected with you.
So definitely you can reach out to me on my social media, Angie B Girl. That is the same for all of them. Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, all of those great places. And I am a person that I will answer back. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in my DMs and I will get back with you.
Yay. Thank you so much, Brunette. This has been great. And I'm really excited for all the stuff that you have coming up, the lift, the little fun event that's coming up next week. I want to go.
Wait, come on, you can come too.
Yes, but thank you so much. This is great.
No, thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.